We're Karen and Bo Christensen, a Danish-American couple who met in Germany in 2016. Bo is an airline pilot, and Karen is a freelance advertising creative director. In late 2022, we bought Château de La Tuilerie in Martel, France, and are working to make it a bed and breakfast and wedding destination fit for a queen. Welcome to Queen's Escape. Just coming out here to look at the trees, and look at the fig tree. It's producing. I'm so excited. How wonderful. So we have two rather bigger ones there, and here two coming along here. How wonderful. Coming along here. I think that's everything, but wow. How about that? I'm here at the cherry tree. Look at this. Look. My goodness. How about that? I wonder if the same is happening on this cherry tree. Yes. Look. Oh man. This is so exciting. How lovely. Not as much on this one, but that one is doing very well. We have little baby nectarines coming on the nectarine tree. It's really good. See? How about that? Gorgeous. What a day. I'm so glad I took a little walk through the trees. So for each tree and bush that we have, I compiled a document of information about that tree. For example, when and how to plant, whether or not it needs mulching, appropriate watering, fertilizing, pruning, does it need protection from cold weather, what are the common pests, when to harvest, and when is the storage. Then I took the data for each tree or bush and then compiled it into a master document, so at a glance I could see how to take care of the trees in our family orchard. So do the trees need a pollination partner, for example? When and what are special planting needs? Watering, how often? Fertilizing and composting, pruning and regarding what shape and when, mulching, how to do it appropriately, fruiting, if there's anything special that we need to do, and does it need any protection from the cold or pests or diseases, and then when is the harvest, and is there any information we need to know about that? All right, so we need 45 grams of this elemental sulfur. There we go. All right, we'll take advantage of this break in the storms to help our little blueberry bush have some soil that will make it happy. It needs acidic soil, and we have alkaline soil. So that's the fig tree there. And over here we have our little blueberry bush. And this is Frederick's blueberry bush. And it needs soil that it likes. All right.
right. So I took up the top grass level around this beautiful little blueberry bush, and then I will sprinkle in the elemental sulfate, which I have here. And I know these are upside down with the grass on the bottom, and this one is flipped over, and I know that's worth something, so I'm not going to throw it out. Alrighty, we have our sulfate. And we want to get close to the roots here. There we go. Pretty. Out of breath. That was hard work. And I'm just gonna get that out actually. But work it in a little bit. Say it takes 6 months to actually do what it's in there for. And you're supposed to apply it twice a year. So in the early spring and in the early fall, and not when it's cold, because it can't do its job when it's cold. Okay, looks pretty good. Yeah. All right, that's worked in. And then we'll get some water on it, and then supposed to put a cardboard box down on top before putting the mulch on, and so I think I have some cardboard. I'll have a look at that. All right, something I know about blueberry bushes from my research is that they do not like city water. They like captured water. So I've been putting some of my pots out so they could catch some rainfall, so that the blueberry bush, when possible, can have rainfall. But we have had so much rain that the blueberry bush should be very happy with the water it's getting right now. I watered the dirt here, and then I cut out a cardboard box in a circle, and I put it over the watered dirt mixed with the sulfate, the sulfur chips, and then I put this little mulch on top. And this mulch is special for the blueberry tree, but it is appropriate for all the trees. So we got the one that works for this little bush, and then blueberry bush. We got the one that's right for our blueberry bush, and then we'll put it on the others to make it uniform in here. But I'm real happy with this. It's I hope that the blueberry bush of Frederick grows and is happy and has the right things in the soil, and do our best to give it what it needs and go from there. Look how pretty it is right now. So pretty at sunset. Glad we did this. All right, so the fig tree and the olive tree, the measure is 2 handfuls, which is not particularly exact. And the measure for the food, I would say, or fertilizer for the small fruit trees is 80 grams. And that's about 160 grams right there. So that's enough for 2. So I'm just measuring this out. So the hardest part of this is actually using my back to pull up this sod. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep well tonight, I think. So I wanted to take the pH of the, okay, here it is, of the soil out here, just to see where we stand. I feel like, if I recall correctly, we were at a 7 or a 7.5 the last time I took it. Got this little meter. Takes it's a 3-way meter. I'll show you. So here it is. It takes 3 different registers, and that's, is the soil moist? Is it dry or is it wet? What is the pH level of the ground, and is it dark or light soil? And I can't remember what that means, but just kind of, let's see, are we on? Yeah, we're on the pH measure right now. pH, lightness, and moistness here. So we're going to measure the pH. It's down at the bottom here. So it looks like we're right around 7.5 if you look at the bottom scale. Just make sure you can see it. Yeah, right between 7 and 8, which is about 7.5. And 7.5 is okay for all of the fruit trees except for our blueberry bush there. 7 is better. So technically, I could put a little bit of sulfur chips in each one of these plots to bring it down half a point to 7 to make it ideal. But my understanding is that the neutral or alkaline soil is basically what is needed there. So yeah, I mean, it's closer to 7 than it is to 8. So maybe I'm just going to leave well enough alone for now and just fertilize these and get them covered with some mulch to give them a good start. The curiosity, I'm going to change this to measure the moistness of the soil right now. I can get a hold of it. There we go. Yeah, we're pretty high right now because it's been raining and raining and raining. So you can see, gosh, I think we're right around a 7 out of 10 in terms of moistness. Yep. And in terms of light, and I remember what light is. Light is how much is light penetrating down into the soil. Let's see. That's harder to read on this. Let's see. Acidic, wet, light is high. Light is high. Very interesting. Of course, I also need to empty this horrible bin of sod that I took up. Oh, that's the heavy, hard part. So the fig tree gets 2 handfuls. I believe that's what I wrote. Yes. 2 handfuls. And then the other fruit trees get half a bag each of this. So there. Close to the roots. Second handful is going to be a little smaller since I already put some on. Close. Getting in close here. You know, now I read about a fig tree is that you need to actually put container in to keep its roots from going out past, it'll put its energy basically into expanding its root system above and beyond growing fruits and leaves and things. So you're supposed to sort of, put something around them to stop that from happening. But I think I need Bo's help to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the mulch on for today, because we can always take up the mulch and do that later. That's okay. And then half a bag. Alrighty, so next I think a little bit of cardboard, and then we'll get it all wet. I think I'll wet water it first, put a little cardboard on, water it again, and then get the mulch on. Right, our fig tree is all sorted out now. Yay. Yay, yay. Through the box you go. Let's go. There. And into the ground if we don't find a stone. If we're lucky. Not usually lucky. Let's see if this is a better spot. Yeah. Yeah, that gets a little lower. Good. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3. This is a very good exercise. I wish I'd worn my watch to track this. So I went around, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The 9 remaining trees, I went ahead and cut around the outside to be able to take the top layer of grass and sod off. So kind of did it like a little bit of a donut / pizza, and I'll show you what I mean. So first I cut into the grass around the trunk of each tree, and then I cut along the outside edge of each tree. Now the rule is that you want to cut the circle so that the outer layer of leaves, when the water drops down, it falls onto the mulch. So, you know, it could have been, in this case, to here, but I gave it just a little bit extra space so that we don't have to widen these anytime soon. Now, of course, this is a pear tree, and pear trees tend to grow vertically, but that's okay. So I did that. So I cut around the inner edge, cut around the outer edge, and then you can see I cut slices, so to speak, like pizza slices around the outer edge. And that's so it's a little bit easier to sort of grab the sod and roll it up and take it off of the circle. And then I'll pull all of those to the side, and then I'll be able to go around with the tractor and the wagon and load them all up. That took a while. So that was a hard part, was going around and doing that. And then I think the second hardest part is going to be pulling them up and putting them in the trailer and unloading them. All right, day 2 or 3, working on the trees, and yeah, my phone died before I was finished yesterday. I worked actually into quite the dark of night, so I've got 5 trees left to do. I don't have mulch for all of them. I'll have to finish mulching on Wednesday when they get the mulch. But 5 left to get the sod out of and feed and get the cardboard over at the very least. So I'm gonna try my best to get those done today. I went to bed awfully sore last night. So to do what I can today just to get it done. And then I've got a few other outdoor things to do. I want to show you what we did. So actually, I think I did this fig tree. Yeah, I did this yesterday, I think. Yeah. But yeah. So that's there. And then we already had done the blueberry bush on a day previous because I needed to add sulfur. Natural sulfate, elemental sulfate to that to make the soil more acidic. So that was the first one we did. And then yesterday did these 2 cherry trees here and here. And then I did this apricot tree and this plum tree. So today it's the peach tree over there and the apple tree, and then this pear tree, that pear tree over there, and this apricot tree, depending on my stamina. I find listening to music really boring after a while. I was charging my headphones. Usually I listen to audiobooks, and I have some podcasts that I can listen to also, but yeah, it's mind-numbing to be out here and do this physical labor and not have anything stimulating the brain, in my opinion. So I've been charging my headphones. Hopefully they're ready. All right, I have loosened the grass top layer on all 5 of the remaining trees, which is no fun. So I'm on to the next task, which is to pull it up and put it in the tractor trailer, which is also no fun. But after that, it gets a little more fun. I'm finished. I can barely walk. I don't have enough mulch, but it was enough to cover, which is cool. I'm real tired, but I'm really happy to have done this. Show you what I did. All right, so you can see now all of the trees have been fed with the appropriate food, and then layered with cardboard around the bottom to stop the weeding, sort of retard the grass growth a bit, and then topped with mulch. And we went for this mulch. I want to say it's linseed, but I'm not entirely sure. I have to translate the package. But we used the kind that will not bother the blueberry bush, essentially. And since we were going to use it for the blueberry bush, the man at the hardware store said it would be just fine for all the others too. So to keep it uniform, we did that. So I'm not finished. We do have an olive tree on the other side of the yard that I need to take care of. But I'm finished in terms of all the mulch and cardboard that I have at the moment. And I'm really happy with it. I hope it helps, and and makes the trees happy and keeps them watered a little bit better. So the top reasons to do this that I know are to keep the trees from having to compete with the grass for water, and then to keep the water in the ground on when it gets hot, and then in the winter to protect the roots. That's my understanding. And now I have to tell you, the grass that is out here was so difficult to get out of the ground. I mean, it's the roots and the weed systems that were around these trees were a real challenge to rip out. So I hope it helps. It should help. Yeah. All right. The next thing that we'll be doing is to use a little bit of organic pesticide on some of the trees that are suffering a little bit. That's coming in the mail, and some of them need a little help. And then our peach tree and our nectarine tree need to be sprayed with the anti-leaf curl disease spray that contains copper in it to keep them healthy. And then our fig tree back at the end needs to be sprayed with neem oil early in the morning before the sun comes out, and that's to protect it from its little predators, parasites, and things that hurt it. So that's what I've got planned, and just to keep an eye on them and keep an eye on all the plants here and try to make good choices for them so they can be their best.